Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Senator Chris Murphy. John Fugelsang's here in studio. Isn't that magical, everybody?
It is.
Our shared legal lady, Marie in Atlanta, we were just talking about Fonnie Willis saying she's going full speed ahead. Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia said they know of no law that gives the federal government the ability to go first. They would both go forward. One exception would be if the federal government had a defendant in custody and refused to release that person for a state prosecution. But that doesn't apply here because Trump was released Tuesday on a personal recognizance bond. Another exception would be for an agreement to be reached by federal and state prosecutors to allow one case to go forward and the other to wait. But apparently that hasn't happened either.
So what you're saying is all of these different trials are going to have to share custody of the same defendant.
Yes. They all have to
Donald
be polite
Trump is gonna have to
chipmunks.
be
No,
shared
after
by them
you.
all.
No, you.
You
first.
have some Trump this week, and we'll have some Trump the next
Yes.
week.
No.
After you. Oh, no. You first. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you're getting happy clappy in your old age, but you said happy birthday, Donald Trump. Don't look at it as getting older. Look at it as getting old in prison.
Yeah.
Are you on the prison train?
That's it. You're not getting older. You're dying in prison.
Meanwhile, the Republican investigations are going along swimmingly.
God.
You think I don't want him to go to jail? That's your problem. You think I don't want to see
Oh,
orange
no, I know
clash
you
with
want
orange?
it.
Yeah, I want it. Oh, you know I want it.
You know you want
But
it.
I just don't want to have my heart broken by this again, baby. That's all. I've been burned too many times. All I care about is that he's not appointing more judges. If he's in jail or not, he'll be miserable no matter what.
This nightmare is just continuing. Okay, this would be Ron Johnson about the missing. Is this the missing tapes or the
tapes.
missing informant?
Oh, I want to hear about these tapes.
Or the missing whistleblowers?
Boy, they've got him now.
Yeah.
Do you think they exist? And if yes, how to obtain them?
We don't know.
Oh,
And Senator Grassley has never said they exist. He just said that there's an FBI report on a confidential human source, and that confidential human source says that the person he was talking to said that he taped. He recorded 17 times, 15 times with Hunter, twice with Joe Biden, but we don't know. But what Senator Grassley and I are asking questions is what did the...
I like confidential human source. It sounds much better than nameless, faceless crackpot.
I imagine if you ever caught your toddler doing something wrong, John, it sounded much like that.
Well, if he had a confidential human source, I'd have to lean in. I'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Something confidential source is the one that said maybe the unreliable missing source is the one that says there might be unreliable missing tapes, but you're not certain because, okay. All right, John James is who and we would know him from?
He was the very handsome African-American Republican congressman who they put up at one point to be the other against Byron Donalds. Frangela thought he was a good-looking man.
Okay. Well, we'll have further thoughts from Frangela on that. Oh, this is more of that guy, of Johnson?
Yeah. You could do
right. Okay.
you want you could do so you
all right.
you do
Got it.
you could you
Okay.
you want you
all
want
right. And now
him-
here is John James.
Well, you know what? Conspiracy theorists are looking pretty good right about now. Remember when we were made fun of for doing our own research and asking our own questions and questioning the mainstream media and the government? That's what we're supposed to do as Americans. That's why we have free speech. There's the Bill of Rights as an extension to our Constitution, and these are rights endowed to us by our Creator for this exact reason. They told us, they made fun of us, they derided us, and we have to ask questions, and now they have to be held accountable. We need to continue researching these things, and we're not stupid. They think we're stupid. We need to continue asking questions, critically thinking, and holding the government and mainstream media accountable.
Yeah, blind obedience to Trump is what you're saying. Blind obedience.
Stupid is what I'm saying.
Blind, unmanly obedience to Donald Trump.
Yeah. Stupidity.
By the way, our picture of Josh Hawley, noted fisting aficionado, picking out a nice rosé yesterday, got quite a bit of play on Twitter.
It did.
That's great.
I think it was the toe point.
The
toe point really
that was
set it
really
off.
manly.
sold
That
it.
was the most manly.
And the extra tight shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, the rack was looking good.
He was
rack
showing the girls off.
Rack was, and it was cold in that store.
Yeah, it was.
You could tell that. Yeah, that was like reading Braille.
You tweeted, John, Charlie Kirk falsely claimed the Bible, by implication Jesus supports the inhospitable mass deportation of all migrants. And you said, find someone who loves you as much as Charlie Kirk hates the actual teachings of Jesus. I mean, if that's possible.
Yeah, thank God for Squinty. You know, he just keeps it lively, keeps it going. Jesus was about one thing, deporting illegals. He was about not welcoming the stranger. If you read the Bible, the central message is don't welcome the stranger consistently.
Newt Gingrich tweeted if they could, the Biden administration would force every American to drink Bud Light and shop at Target. And you said, and you'd punish private business for free speech. It's not easy to be as incredibly capitalist as you are a Christian, but Newt finds a way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark Hamill like that. And I was like, wow, people can still see my tweets. Who knew?
Yes.
Since John invoked Charlie Kirk, underneath the James Comer story, that's a really good one for John.
By the way, Newt Gingrich
Charlie
now...
Kirk learned something yesterday.
Newt Gingrich now really does look like a Weeble with Fisher-Price person hair.
Oh,
He has achieved
John,
it.
this is a question for you. Absolutely, just the headline, the way we live now. A confused Charlie Kirk asks why Fox News is subsidizing glory holes for their employees.
What?
Yeah. Well, someone has to talk about it.
I find
Why am
myself
I not working
even
at
wanting
Fox
to
News?
read the body of the story.
Oh, it's
I just
worth
don't
it.
even
Why
know.
am I
read it.
why am I not working
By
at
the way,
Fox News?
the glory holes are what they call the HR department there. Read it, seriously.
He looked up glory hole on his laptop. This is what I stumble into
just
asking
for
you guys.
research.
What
No.
does fill in the blank mean? And
Officer, really? I was just researching a novel.
Who is Sanchez and why is he dirty?
Whose donkey was punched?
why isn't salad good tossed? What?
Around
great
the world
tossed.
with whom?
Jack Mayhofer calling for you. What? Okay.
Jack Mayhofer, Springfield, Massachusetts.
Anita Manticus.
Sorry.
Dick Pinch, Clear Lake, Iowa.
Okay.
Can I just say, I went to look at the news yesterday, and the news told me that Donald Trump's a crook, Bill Cosby's a rapist, and Trump Jr.'s a racist. And I said, no, I came for news. News.
Yeah.
Don in Oakhurst, you're on with John. Go ahead. Hello, Don. Uh-oh. I think the thing might be happening with the thing down there. Okay.
Well, give another
Thing with the flavor.
Yeah. Cindy in San Diego. How about you? Hello.
Good morning.
There we go.
Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Go ahead.
John, I'm aiming this to John, and I have been shaken since I've seen this documentary on Amazon Prime. It's called Shiny Happy People.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I
have.
did. Oh, I did my Duggars, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it
So
goes
it's
beyond the
about-
Duggar.
It goes way beyond the
It's a
Duggars.
four-part. Yeah, it starts off as, I came for the Duggars, and it took me to darker, deeper places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Came for the
Really,
Duggars.
for those of you guys who don't know it, it starts off being about the Duggars and what happened
The
with
19
them
kids
and
and counting
that
people.
TLC show.
Yeah.
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 Yes. And then episodes 3 and 4, it's a 4-part miniseries, go into the Christian nationalist movement.
Yes.
And I've been seeing more and more people on Twitter. I've been seeing less of John and more of these women who hate women things.
Yes.
You need to stay barefoot. You cannot earn more than your man. You
Yeah.
cannot work. You need to just be there having children.
And these people are
It's been
infiltrating
crazy.
government now.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Liberty
Yes.
University was designed for that
Exactly.
purpose.
Well, it's the Institute
only-
of
the only
Basic Life
rule-
Principles.
Yeah. Yeah, the only rule
No, they have
that I
teenagers
follow
now.
is that I only make coffee for men and not for Jen Kirkman. But other than that, I'm a
There you go.
total feminist.
But I mean,
There
yeah,
you
the
go,
lesson
Jeff.
of that whole
No, but-
experience is that the child rape was acceptable, but the child porn got you canceled.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, and child labor too, and it makes sense as I'm watching this. I'm like, well, maybe this is why like Arkansas and states in the deep red South are bringing back child labor laws.
It's
You know,
exactly why.
It coincides with certain things I've been hearing. So I would encourage anybody, if you have Amazon Prime, please watch this.
Yeah.
It explains
It's worth
a lot of
watching.
what's been going on.
Yeah. Thank you, Cindy.
really well
John,
done.
you talk a lot about,
Right-wing hypocrites.
But it is like clockwork that all of these right-wing, religious, homophobes, whatever. It's always right.
Always.
Almost always. That's the pedophile that gets
they've
caught.
always got some Boy Scout uniforms in the attic somewhere.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Can I say my girlfriend is like I've mentioned this before. She's like a 90-year-old man. With a police scanner. I don't know. She has all those.
She has a police scanner?
My mom's has
Really?
You know
one.
those apps like the neighborhood thing. and,
God.
hey, honey, there's a
Next
person
Door?
doing a thing. Let's get the scooter and go down and see what those.
Like the Next Door app?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
That's
that
worse
stuff.
than a police scanner.
yeah.
But she did show me like it's a disturbing amount of people committed of sexual assault, particularly child
Yes.
And it just, what is it, John? Because to me, it's just a sickness in our society. I mean, just looking at the map, you're like, wow, there is a lot of people out. There's a lot of sickness out there. Why?
The only thing that's new historically is that humans have begun to do something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you and I don't even like children. I think now you have one.
I view kids kids are like cats. I like mine. Right. But no, I mean, you're exactly right. And this has always been around. Talking about it, moving from a culture of victims to survivors, putting people in jail for it, altar boys speaking up. Yeah. We're like, and look at the timeline. We're this tiny little dot at the end of it. It's just the beginning of the dawn of accountability for this.
Yeah.
Before that was just something we didn't talk about.
No, it's just what was done.
It was disturbing though to see the huge preponderance of. You're like, wow. To me, it's like the sickest thing in the world.
That's
now
because
we have
to
violate a
because
child.
you don't know what monsters men are. You don't have a Y chromosome. You don't know the monsters that most men are, that decent men have to contain. But that's why it's an amazing time. It has never been harder for a man to get away with interfering with a woman or a child than it is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
They've always been there. We just have apps that point it out now.
Yep.
John Fugelsang is here to explain the universe. He tweeted, so you're telling us this Jefferson Davis was the leader of a white supremacist succession and you fought him and 500,000 died, but you finally beat him and then you still kept his statues up for 155 years. Are we hearing this right? The aliens trying to understand.
Ron DeSantis is really making a play for racists, promising to rename Fort Bragg because he's that devoted to white supremacist traitors. And it's like, you know what, Republicans? I think you've got the racist vote covered. Did you learn anything from 2022? No? Then carry on.
Yeah.